Hello, it's the Randy Duck and welcome back for another video, and today I have one replay for you in the Tier 9 American Premium Tank Destroyer, the Nightstalker. Now I have one replay for you today and you may have already seen it because it was used as a guest replay on Gambit's channel. Now I wasn't going to use this replay again on my channel, but I felt like I wanted to have one last say on the Nightstalker, because I do think this tank is hideously overpowered. I feel like it's insane, and I do think like something needs to be done with it, because I'm very worried. Like at the moment you don't see many of the Nightstalkers in matchmaking. You do see a few, but I just keep thinking to myself, what is going to happen if they give this tank away in the future, future Halloween event, for example, and then the matchmakers flooded with these tanks. So I felt like I just wanted to have one last say, because I honestly think this tank is the most overpowered World War II tank in the game by a long mile. It's got close to 5,000 DPM, which is 1,000 more DPM than any tank, even tier 10 tanks in the game. It's incredible. They've got like a 14-second reload for a 2,000 clip potential, and it's just, this replay is just you're gonna see exactly what I mean. Like if you watch this replay, you don't come to any other conclusion that this tank is overpowered. Then nothing I could really say could convince you. And yeah, it's just the amount of damage you just rack up. It's just crazy. You got to think of this tank as well. Like the rockets, the way the rocket mechanism works is, it's not affected by any accuracy, so you don't need to run any accuracy perks, any accuracy cruise skills. The rockets just hit where they fire. Yes, you have a slow-ish shell velocity, but you have no aim time at all, so it really doesn't matter. I feel like the tank, you know, they may look at the damage of this tank and look at the average damage across all the player base and think, oh, it's not performing that, you know, as much as overpowered as people state it to be by looking at the data. I'm worried about that, but that's kind of because a lot of people see this tank as a tank destroyer. It's not really a tank destroyer. You play this as a heavy up and close. You know, if you're up sniping with these tanks from a long distance and sort of, yes, you can, you know, you're not going to have as big as games if you just go into the brawl, because when you get into the brawl, you do have good armour on this tank. You can bounce a lot of shells. Yes, you know, if people start firing premium, they can pen you, but that's the same with most tanks. But you can still bounce an awful lot of, you know, shells on this tank, especially with your 10 degrees of gun depression. I mean, this replay is all on flat ground, so I'm not even using the gun depression. But you can see here, I push, you know, quite aggressively into sort of the heavy flank where the most of the damage is, but I decided I don't have enough support there, so I'm just going to move around for the time being and try and find an isolated tank. So I see this heavy tank on the left, and I think, right, let's just go in and delete this tank. But then I spot a full health tier 9 E75, which is a decent tier 9 heavy tank. Now, I put one shot into his lower plate. He is overextending. He pushes forward. I put a second one in, which tracks him in place now. Now he's stuck there tracking. I don't know if he doesn't have a repair kit, but I've just killed him. 10 seconds, tank dead, 2,000 odd damage now already at the start of this game. He didn't even fire at me. Maybe he could have fired, but the chance I probably bounces. Even if he pens me, you know, do I really care about losing one shot pen for deleting a tank? Not really. I'm going to move on now. I'm already reloaded, and to delete the second tank. You know, nothing this tank is going to be able to do to stop me killing him right now. Even if he shoots me, you know, the tank's deleted. The reload is just too quick. You've got 6 rounds with a 14-second reload. It's just insane. I'm back ready just to clip another tank out. It's like having a Waffle 100 on like a, you know, small sort of tank destroyer, which has got good mobility, great concealment, and you just no nerfs to accuracy because of the way the rockets fire. So I can see this projectile coming in again. I'm no worries about this projectile whatsoever. I'm just going to delete him. I'm just going to sit in front of me. There's nothing he can do about this. He's bouncing shells off of me. Just another tank deleted. Suddenly I'm on 5,000 damage, 2 kills. You know, this game's barely got going. There's 9 tanks remaining. I'm already on, like, you know, 5,000 damage. You've got to think in this game, I probably only really start doing damage on like the 2-3 minute mark into the game. I do so much damage in this game in 3 minutes, which you cannot do in any other tank. You just can't do that much damage in that short space of time. Usually it takes a whole game to do the amount of damage, which I'm going to do here, and I'm not doing anything special. Tier 10 heavy tank comes around, bounces a shot. SD2 comes around, puts some shots into him. He's bouncing off me again. Just dumping my clip into him and just feeding on the damage here. My clip's reloaded. I'm just going to pull back here and just get back into cover now. If he pushes me, I'm going to be reloaded the time he's pushed me. You know, I'm going to have a whole clip, whole 2,000 damage left where I can finish his tank off. So far, I haven't been penned. He does. Finally, I do lose my first bit of hit points in the game. I shoot one into his track just to track him in place, and I get penned again. But yes, okay, I've got penned again twice, and like I say, you can get penned if people start firing heat at you. You're not indestructible, but I'm just sat in the open. I'm not even hold down my 10 degrees of gun depression, and it doesn't really matter because I'm going to kill the tank regardless if he pens me or not. So I'm going to move around now just to see which the next victim is, keep this train rolling on. Move across, we spot a bar on the right, he's not paying attention. Okay, this tank's just going to be deleted. Not much he could have really done about that. I've only got 4 shots left in the clip. I'm going to move across to this full health, Jag Tiger. Very good tier 9 tank destroyer with an incredible gun. He bounces a shot off me, I put my shot in, and now I'm just going to pull back. He bounces a second shot at me. I'm already on like 9,000 damage now. I'm going to ignore him because I think he's going to get finished off. And it's just, like I say, have I done anything special in this replay? Not really. I've just been driving up to enemies, deleting them. That's all what I've done. Just drove up, delete, delete, delete. Tier 9 heavy tank, nothing he's going to do to stop this. I pen every shot. Lower plate, lower plate. Yes, we've got 330 heat pen. With no accuracy worries whatsoever, and I get close to 11,000 damage with 6 kills, and I pretty much do that in a span of about 3 minutes. Now, this tank is crazily overpowered. It just is. I mean, this is probably the highest game I had on the road to free mark in it. I've now put the tank away, but I've had plenty of games like consistent 7,000-8,000 damage where I played it and I just... Yes, I must admit it was fun to play. Like, I had fun playing it, but is it fun to play playing against? I don't think so. Is it healthy for the game? I don't think so. And I'm a positive person, a positive mindset, so I'm not going to say too much more about it, but I just wanted to get my point across. And that's really it. So thank you for watching, and as always, happy tanking.